Let's see if this works. Let's go back. Can I refresh it? Upcoming. There we go. Hi everyone. Let's see if this works. Okay, it's not bad. So I can close out of here. Actually, I'll just lower it down. Let it play on my phone. Hi everyone, good morning. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can I took notes. First time ever. Took notes. Thank you for coming to Bug's Place. Exciting news. I'm sitting here in front of my Connex on my property again. My little tiny little trailer there. And awesome news that we're back on our property. I know I probably won't get a lot of people on this, but I'm going to try. I got my cup. I already had my coffee. So I got iced tea. It's warm out here. It really is. Sorry about my double chin, but that's what happens when you're fat. And I'll admit it. I'll admit it. Not like some people. It actually says it's 73. I would say that is probably 8 miles from here at the airport. So if I go on my other app, it says that we're 80 degrees today. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. 80 degrees right now at 9:30 in the morning. And this is Pacific time. And hopefully you can hear me okay. The wind's blowing a little bit, which is perfect. It's not cold, but it's not warm. It's not hot yet. Breeze. But where the trailer is sitting is going to be where our other Connex is going to be. And then our trailer will be in front of both of the Connexes. So we will have this almost triangle area. And hopefully that will keep above here. You see, I have a camera. But these two vents here are for my tiny little piece of, I won't say it, refrigerator. That when it gets hot, it just keeps running and running and running. And it actually runs down our 12 volt. But, and hopefully when we get the other Connex up, because by now the sun would be I'd be sitting in the sun. So with the other Connex, we should have pretty much almost a whole shade here almost all day with shade thing. I might get up and show you. But anyways, I want to shout out, even though nobody's gonna watch this, nobody's gonna do anything with this or anything like that. Nobody ever comes on and watches my lives anyways on this channel. So before I do the shout out, let's do some house cleaning. I'm going to try to make it every Friday. Try to do a live between 7 and 9:30. I'm hoping to go back to probably 7:30, 8 o'clock every Friday. I'm going to do little shorts. I'm going to start doing little shorts for updates throughout the week. And try to build this channel up since we're on our property now. And The progress for a whole year has been terrible. I mean, it's like now hopefully we can get things done, and it's still going to be slow, but hopefully we could do projects and show you the updates. Like right now, one of the projects, I didn't do anything this morning right now, but one of the projects that I'm working on is we got tumbleweeds and I'm trying to cut them down and to get, so I need to get some of that raked up before they totally die and throw off their stickers, so little Miss Libby don't get stickers cut on, I mean, in her things. So, but so right now we're waiting for Modern Storage LLC container in Nevada, or container NV. So I think if you put container NV, you'll see Modern Storage LLC. We bought the first one from them. I have a video on it on this channel. Go back and watch it. It's actually, there's no talking. I decided to just put music to it and just let it play out. There's no really, I didn't edit it out anything, so it's just totally raw footage. And he kind of got stuck in one spot. Tim helped pull him out with his truck, which is kind of cool. But he got it lined up and he got it just perfect, just exactly where we want it to be. And those people at Modern Storage, thank you for the first container. We're excited to do the other one. The other one, we're hoping that we'll get them to do 6 windows, 3 on each side, and they're the like the basement windows, so they're not that big, and they'll be up. They'll be like probably like this vent up here, but a little bit longer, and they'll have sliders. So I'll have 3 on each side, and then we will have, there's a name for it, a dead door. So when you open up the 2 doors of this container, there's going to be a wall, and then hopefully we could turn one of those little windows, so there'll be actually 7 windows up, so it looks like it's long way, and then we'll have a door, so when you open up the big, you'll have another door to go through. And we're doing that case if we're gone, we could close the big doors and lock them up and more secured. And this way, with the windows being up here, it'll let the light in. We can open them up and get breeze coming through. And we already designed that, what we want in there, but that's going to be down the road when we get there. It's not right now. I'm not going to give you any hints. I want more people to watch this. I want more people to make sure that they come in and they stay tuned to, you know, describe, like, dislike, I don't care. Make comments saying, gee, you're fat. Yeah, I am. So what are we going to do about it? I'm happy the way I am. If I lose the weight, I actually have lost weight. I'm already in another pant size than what I was in, but that ain't the point. So, getting back, this is why I tried to take notes, and I'm not doing a very good job. I'm rambling on. So, Modern Storage LLC is doing both of them. Eventually, we're going to have 3 of them. because we're going to make a triangle. And in the triangle, we're hoping to have my greenhouse in the middle. So that would be my house. So that's the goal. But we're going to take it one step. I have a sliver or something in my hands. But we're going to take one step at a time with it. One connex, second connex, third connex. So I'm really excited. So Modern Storage LLC, if you live in Nevada, anywhere in Nevada, you go out to their place. They're in Reno. You can look it up, the address. Go out there. I would actually call. Make sure that they're there and the hours. And so you could go out and actually look at, and these are one-way containers. So, and they have different containers. They have a really cool one. They built for a lady. Hopefully they still have it. It's actually a container home. She moved away. She needed to sell it, so they have it on the lot so you can see it. It's a really cute one. We thought about it, but it's not exactly on the outside what we really wanted. So, and a couple of other things. You know, we want our own design, our own touch. So, but it actually would have worked because I love how the kitchen was on it. That kitchen was, way they have it set up, was a lot better than what mine is going to be. But as long as I get the countertops that the countertop area that I want to do prepping, I'll be fine. I just want the basics. You know, there's you know, stuff like what you want and what you need for basics. And right now I want to focus on just the basics and not what I want. Because this little area that I'm sitting in will eventually be my garden, but my garden. Yeah, it'll be my garden, but it'll be also my greenhouse when we get all through with all three containers. But right now, once we get the other one set in place and the trailer set up, this little area will have a table. Well, my greenhouse will have a table because that'll be my dining area. But this will be my outside cooking area. So on hot days, like today is supposed to be up in the 90s here. Who wants to cook in a trailer? It's going to be hot. Especially when you have no air conditioning. So, you know, I can deal with the breeze and stuff even though it's hot and cook out here, you know. So, Modern Storage LLC. And I'll give you the phone number, 775-476-6292. And if you put Modern Storage LLC in a Google search, it'll come up and you could check their website. I think you can email them, you could chat. The chat's, I think, AI. And they're really good people. Really, really good people. They are just sweet and nice and everything. So before we do the Connex, getting the Connex in here, I hear the speedboats. We're I would say about 3 blocks away from the state park, Lehigh State Park. So people have been, the last couple of days, been playing out on the water. You know, who knew that people would have boats out here in Nevada? But anyways, we want to get probably 30 more yards of road base rock. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. my iPad got overheated, so the sun decided to come out. So I'll just do it like this with you guys. So we're gonna get, and plus doing it this way, I can get up and walk easier with my phone. Road base. I'll show you what I'm talking about of road base. And I will pick up my lovely iPad here, throw it on there. So I'm going to switch this over to front to back camera. So this down here is road base. And what it does is it actually packs harder. I mean, it's still loose, but it packs down together. And we got some areas that we need to patch up. But this is, let's clear this out. So this is my area. So the trailer, the other Conex is going to go right there. And you see the shade? We're going to redo the shade. We're going to have 2 of them. Probably one that's like this, and then the other one that's going to be a triangle. Go back the other way. So it'll be shaded almost all day. And the Conex goes there with the windows. And probably out in front of me will be the trailer. It'll have to face that way because we want our refrigerator in the shade. So that's what we want. That's what we're going to do. And we've already got started. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barrels. They're actually full of water. Our tank is full of water too, because we have no well here. So we got to haul in water. We want, I'm kind of taking it a step backwards of what I wrote, but I'm going to take a drink. See how the sun's coming in? And it's only here for about an hour or so, but we'll have another Conex that will be right here. Right there. And it'll be a longer one. But that'll be more details when it comes. And like I said, I'm working on tumbleweeds. I just got to break some of these up. But I have all these tumbleweeds. We're still thinking about septic there. We might put a temporary one up. I don't know yet. But basically, right there is a circle. And we're going to have a big, huge, all around the circle in the middle is all going to be road base. So we'll have a nice little turnaround. Here comes my little Libby. Seagulls. Yep. I don't know if you could see it, but seagulls. Yes, Nevada has seagulls. So right now, our place is going to be up front instead of, we still want our place back here. But I told my husband, if we don't, we don't. But I want to get build a greenhouse in this area here. Greenhouse in this area. And I want to do, it'll be a temporary greenhouse that we can move. And I want to do a chickens. I got to figure out how to plant enough plants, even though we're going to eventually, hopefully, have our house here. Or our storage unit house, move it back here when we get ready to totally build it. We might move it all back here. So, but back through here, because that's going to be a while before we get to that point, doing something back here. But I'm going to work on getting plants that I can not have to water all the time, not have to worry about them all the time, that will grow in the sand, that will be chicken food for the chickens. Now, if you go on YouTube, do homesteads, and I can't, there's several of them I watch, so I can't quote which ones I watched, which one wasn't. But if you put in a Google search, homesteads on an acre, or homesteads, what is it? Grandma Grandpa homesteads or something like that. I think that you should come up with the same videos. And it shows you what the homesteaders did way back and how they had their homestead, and it gives you the reason why we don't set up our gardens like that no more. So, but see, basically from here on back, I'm just going to keep it the way it is because I don't need it. I don't need much room. It's just my husband and I and no kids. I don't know if you guys can see that. Tell me that ain't a snake sizzling around somewhere. But anyways, it's too hot for them. They're in holes. I mean, they don't dig holes, but they find holes. They go and find shade. Ooh, there's a big hole. Maybe I need to investigate. Should we investigate a big hole? I see a big hole. I see another big hole. We'll have to come back to that one. That's an animal. I bet that's a rabbit hole. But anyways, on Facebook Live I showed my barrel. There's my barrel. And it's got just under 2 inches of water. It rained really hard about 3 weeks ago. And I got 2 inches of water in it. And it's probably under 2 inches. It's above 1 inch, below 2 inches. So it's doing what I want it to do because that's going to be for my garden. And I got 3 spots that fills up with water. And I'm going to do a trench so the water, because it's a kind of a hill, come down and hit that. I might end up eventually getting another barrel or 2 in here for my garden. So let's see. Let's go over here. Sneak over here. The other hole. Oh, I do have a hole there. I think that's been there. This one is fairly new. Oh, it might be a lizard. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't really see my screen. My glasses are dark. So that's new. But love the view. Love the view. Don't like, there's no trees, but little dust devil coming through. And feels good actually. But so where was I? Our friend's got some plants, flowering plants, and Russia olive trees that doesn't take a lot of water. And she lives up over you really can't see her place from our place because part of this set of mountain ranges, or I call them hills, at the tip is basically where her place is on the other mountain range. So if we cut off that tip there, I'd be able to actually see her. I took the binoculars and checked, and I can see one object that's close to her house that's on this side of that mountain range, and 50's over there. There's 2 water towers. There's a highway going up. I think that's like 50 A or B or something, and that's going up to Fernley, and 50 goes this way, and that goes to Fallon and Carson City going that way. And then over here, you really can't see it, but at night I can see part of it. But at night you can see the trucks and stuff going up through the mountain range up there. That is going to Parkway. And yeah, you can watch 95A. Sometimes the big trucks come through and you can actually watch them go through here. But they're like miles away from us. You know, they're pretty small and you don't hear them. So, which is kind of cool, you know, because you're close enough to the highways, you're close enough to things. Fallon's, I would say a half hour, 45 minutes, depending on how fast you go, or sooner. We've got there in less than 20 minutes early in the morning doing 70, 80 miles per hour. So, yeah. So, that's what's up right now. Like, it's just way too cool. We're on our own property now again. And hopefully we'll stay. This will be actually our first total winter here and totally being off-grid. I mean, we were off-grid there, down the road. But solar, I mean, I do have a little solar, but that's hooked up onto our Jackery. And I don't know if you can see it. I do have a solar panel that does my battery for 12 volts. in the trailer. So I have to shout out to Jackery. It's getting warm in here, so I am going to take this stuff. Hold on. I'm going to take this stuff and go in the Connex where there's a little bit more shade. It might be a little bit warmer in here. No, not by much. So I got a mess I got to clean up. I want to work on that. So let's get you. Walk with me. Walk with me, talk with me, dance with me. Do a little jiggy jig. Oh. Water. My other top. And I don't need this out here. I was hoping to do my iPad, but this works good. This works great. You know, it's movable. It does good things. Yep. There's the Jackery. And we will talk about the Jackery in just a second. So, I'm going to sit down here. I'm going to back him up a little bit so he's not in the way. There we go. So we got the Jackery coming through, temporary in here. It's getting charged because I got a table. I'm going to set up my sewing machines so I can work on things. And hopefully tomorrow I can start working on my friend's pearls. That needs to be restrung. I love restringing and tying pearls, but here's the Jackery. And I kind of ran it down to 4% yesterday without kind of knowing how, you know, oops, there's my, I tried to, I didn't realize that our hot water heater, which could go propane or electricity, and every time we use it, every time we need it, we turn it on, we wait a little bit, we use it, we shut it off. Well, it actually takes too much power. So it ran this little guy down to basically 4% yesterday. And our solar up there, it might have got damaged, or it's just the way we have it up on top that it's not bringing in. So it's going to take this little guy about 2 days to work it. It says 17 hours. It's at 40%. Woo woo, almost half. Another 10%. It will actually, I would say, what time is it? It is 10:05. By another hour, our input will be like 110 for an hour or so. And so it'll get full power. So it'll be probably up to, by the time the sun goes down and it's already at 79.81. See, it's working up. By the time this afternoon that it's back down to 79, I'm hoping that this will be in the high 80s percentage. We don't have anything turned on. We don't have anything plugged in. We shut off our camera to it. And I got the cord to plug it into the trailer so we can use the outlets in our trailer. And when we first hooked it all up and got it going, we had the solar panel down and we moved it around until we got the full 110 watts. I think it's like a supposedly a 200 watts, but it only pulls in. And that's kind of what we've learned, that our 2000 watts, when they say that a solar panel is 2000 watts, that is when there is, I'm going to set you up here and switch you over because I don't need you looking at just things. So I'm still new at this, so forgive me. And camera. There we go. There we go. So I'll turn you over this way. So just so you guys know that the 200, when they say that a solar panel goes 200 watts fully, that is in like the perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world, do we? Or how you have it set up. So, but we're going to figure out, and when that happens, I'll do shorts and updates. And of when we get the system, my husband figured it out. It's going to be probably around $2,000 to get that in place, and it's just the basics, just the basic running, basic stuff. It's not overkill, but it's not underkill. Right now we're kind of at underkill, but it's going to do our basic needs. But if you go to Jackery, I love this little guy. Love it. We actually bought it when we lived in Brookings, Oregon. In case if something does happen, we have a backup generator. We came out here, we got it plugged in, we got it working, and it's had some issues. They don't make this one anymore because of the little issues that it had. It was just something that they came up with, which was new. They only did it, I think, 2 years, 1 year. So I'm not going to say it's a Jackery Explorer 2000 Pro. So if you look that up, you can read that they only did it like 2 years. They have another one that took its place. But now, I'm going to quote you. I don't have a code. I don't have anything for it. It's just something that we use that, I spent a year and a half convincing my husband that this is he picked out the model. So whatever issues that we had with it, like it will often flip over to, if you're running like my camera, which will be under 1 or 2 watts, after 12 hours, it will shut my little camera off. Or whatever you have on the USB or on the plug-in in, it'll shut it off. And you have to go in and manually change it. Well, every so often, this is the problem with this, and I've called and talked to them, and they said, yeah, we know. It does that. Now, it might be the person that I talked to, but they walked me through how to set it to shut it off. So we just got to, we learned to deal with it and go on. It's not a big issue. We like this. I want to get a bigger, once we get the Connex set up and electricity in the Connex, I want to leave this one here for this Connex to run this electricity in this Connex, because this Connex is going to be kind of like a garage, kind of a hobby center for sewing and stuff. So this will do just perfect for any of that and everything. So I like, so this will stay here, but I want to get a bigger one. They have ones, if you look at the website, they have bigger ones and you can add like batteries to it. I want one of the bigger ones set up with our solar. Now, I for like a backup, it will be charged. So when the solar doesn't work, we have it to fall in place. But on the other hand, we might not need a bigger one because the solar that my husband's going to get, wants to get for around 2,000, also has a windmill system. We're going to put a windmill system. It's kind of to it too, so we'll have the solar and the wind, because the wind blows out here. Might as well capture it, you know, and do everything that we can. But I want a bigger one to back up the main place, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, that's where we're at today. That's where we're going to be at later. It's a good thing. But for the Jackery, go to jackery.com. They are having a sale, a 4th of July sale. Started on the 27th, so I apologize. I wasn't aware of it, and else I would have posted it. January to the 4th. 60% off. It popped up and says if you do email, you get 150. They did on the front page also do a thing of an extra percentage off. And so they're doing a really good sale. We got this on a good sale. My husband ordered it through Amazon, and we still got the sale price on it. That's another reason why I like the Jackery, because you go on to the Amazon and they do also the sale price on Amazon. Well, they did when we bought it. So, you know, I do love the Amazon stuff, but you know, if you can order it on it, they do have, and this is what I liked, because they were still working on solar for their products. They do have to-go solar stuff for their products. So you can get the solar with it. And we're happy with it. It does what we want it to do. It's taking care of our basic needs for electricity, for being off grid. And so look up Jackery. So basically Jackery.com for a battery backup, or basically a backup generator, solar generator. And Modern Storage LLC for containers. Now, I don't make any money off of these products. I don't have anything. But if you watch this and you call Modern Containers and say, hey, we just watched Bug's Place Off Grid. They recommended you. let them know, let them, give them that I'm giving them awesome feedback, which they're awesome people there. They are the most awesome people there, and very knowledgeable. If you're interested in storage and what type, you know, and before you get a shed, put it this way: before you buy a shed, metal shed, plastic shed, several around your place, check these guys out first. Talk to them. Say what makes a Connex a better storage thing, or hey, I'm interested in maybe doing some storage renovation kind of things to store the wood and stuff. So, I mean, like out here, the sun is so harsh. In Oregon, the rain is so harsh on wood that if you have wood stored because you're doing maybe a house, maybe building a garage, building a doghouse. Well, doghouse is pretty small. A coop for your rabbits, coop for your goats. I mean, not a coop, but a barn and stuff. These guys are so worth of spending the money and getting it. So check them out, ask them questions, and like I said, they are awesome. They came in and they redid the floors, made the floors because I believe this is a used one. They painted the inside, they painted the outside, and they got a like a cover for your lock, which is good for so your locks don't get rusty and get rained on, but it also more of a security thing on top of it. So check those guys out. I know it's a long thing, but what else? That's about it today. Everything that I wanted to talk about, I talked about. So yeah, Jackery. Go to jackery.com. Check them guys out. They got a 4th of July sale going on. Modern storage, they won't be in today. They'll be back Monday for the 4th because they're celebrating 4th of July. By the way, happy 4th of July before I leave. And it's 250 years is our anniversary for this country. So make it the best, make it a safe one, and teach your kids to be proud of it. So, I mean, kids probably won't make it to the 300. Me, I don't know. Maybe. That would. No, I don't think I will. Because I'm almost 60. I'll be 58 this year in September. So, but again, if you watch this, if you watch this, happen to find this, thumbs up, subscribe, thumbs down, still subscribe, because we're going to have a lot more contact. I mean, I'm going to do a lot of other different things. I'm going to even I'm going to do a lot of shorts, but I'm also thinking about doing a lot of how to cook one pan meals in a RV that don't have much counter space. I think I might do that. So now since we're on our property and I could do more of these, and not feel like I have all of your ears are fine, but other ears. I'm trying to figure out what I'm talking about. Instead of him coming in, everything goes dead. So I'm listening to the boats out there. One sounds bad. But, anyways, have a good 4th of July. Be safe. And next Friday, I'm hoping to come on probably, I would say probably 8 to 8:30. A little bit earlier, so it'd be a little bit cooler. Would be my live, but look for small context because throughout the week I'm going to try to do a lot of shorts, even if it's me out walking around with my little puppy, my little Yorkie Poo, and taking pictures of her prancing around. Who knows? But I might have tips too. How to live in a small RV without killing your partner, too. So, happy 4th of July, and I will see you on the other side.